Hey everybody, Dave Millar here, and we're Russian River real estate experts. I'm down at Johnson's Beach today. It's a beautiful day. Just wanted to talk a little bit about septic systems. I have a lot of clients coming up from the San Francisco Bay Area that are looking to buy second homes, and they've got their place down in San Francisco, and they have no idea what a septic system is. Out here in the Russian River, we've got a few areas that are on what's an official sewer system like you would have in San Francisco. That's in Guerneville proper, Forestville, and that's about it. In all the outlying areas, Monte Rio, Cazadero, areas outside of Guerneville, they all have individual septic systems, and that's basically the home's wastewater treatment setup. The way they used to do it in the old days is they would build what's called a redwood box. They dig a hole in the backyard, line it with redwood, put a redwood lid on it, and all the waste and water would go into that redwood box, and the microbes in the cesspool would eat up all the solids, and then the liquids would drain out the bottom of that redwood box. That's what they call a cesspool. There's still those, they still have those on homes out here, and they're actually functioning. The thing is they're no longer good with the Permit Resource Management Department. They're not to code. So if you buy a house that has a septic system that's a redwood box on it, and you ever want to do any major work on the house, you're going to have to upgrade that septic system. And you're going to have to upgrade it to today's codes and standards with permits. So today's codes and standards require a system that is designed by an engineer. And depending on your location, how close you are to a river, how steep of a hill you live on, how big of a parcel you have, will determine how that system needs to be designed. And that's when it gets complicated. So a engineered system, a mound system they call them, or a pre-treatment system, you're looking at anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 to put in one of those systems. So you've really got to know, before you buy the house, you want to do a septic inspection. And what they'll do is they'll come out, they'll pump the septic tank. If it's a regular concrete tank, they'll take a look at it, see if there's any cracks inside of it. If it's a redwood box, they'll let you know. And then they'll do a load test on that septic system, which means they'll pump water into it to fill up the leach lines and make sure that the leach lines are draining properly. Because if the leach lines aren't draining properly, then the system fails the test. And the reason that would happen is we have a lot of redwood trees out here, and those redwood trees go for the water in those leach lines. They can get in there and clog up the leach lines, and then what you have to do is go in and jet out those leach lines, get them opened and flowing. So you want to know all this before you buy the house, so you can make a decision. Do you want to live in a house that has a cesspool? It may keep functioning for years. It may not. You have to decide, is the risk worth it to you? Or do you want a system that's up to code? And that's the decisions you have to make with a professional that knows how to inspect septic systems. So if you're going to put your house on the market, it's advisable to do that septic inspection before you put it on the market, so you know ahead of time if you've got issues with your leach lines, if they're clogged, if you need to clear them out. And then you'll have that report for the buyer when they come to write an offer. So there's no surprises to the buyer. When they write their offer as is, and they know exactly what the system is doing at that time. So one, sellers should do their own septic inspections to have it in a disclosure package. If you're a buyer and there is no septic inspection, you need to do a septic inspection. Because per today's codes and standards, septic systems, they frown on septic systems being near creeks, near rivers, or on hills. Well, look around, folks. We're creeks, rivers, and hills. So it's best that you cross this bridge before you get there as a seller, and it's something you need to be aware of. And that's why it's so important, if you're buying out here, to be buying from a local real estate agent who understands septic systems. A lot of agents from the city or from Santa Rosa don't even know anything about septic systems and can't even talk to you about them. So if you're looking to buy any real estate out on the Russian River, you've got any questions about anything, if you're thinking about selling, if you've got questions about how to get your house on the market, we'd be happy to help you out. Our number is 707-217-1786. My name's Dave Millar. Have a great day.